Hello everyone, welcome back to the TJOmega channel for day 1467 of our daily content grind. So for today, it is Transformers Day. We celebrate this on September 17th because this is the first air date for Transformers, the cartoon. Makes sense to me. So, usually there's drops, there's reveals, like they kind of make it a big deal. They promote Transformers Day as a thing. You'll recall last year I was so bored by what they did, I didn't even do any coverage. I kind of just made up my own Transformer Day. But this time, okay, we do have a little bit to talk about. They actually reserved a few things for the day. Most of them pretty good. And then other things. So the first thing that got shown off was this new artwork. So this is from the you remember the official Transformer store in the UK that's in the Battersea power plant, or what used to be a power plant. So it's this iconic building that used to be a coal-based power plant, and they converted the whole thing into this apartment complex slash shopping center, which is actually a kind of a cool thing. Like, hey, I live in a power plant. It's kind of such a weird thing to say, but I kind of admire it. So the Transformer store, the official one there, is doing this whole promotional campaign based around creating a Titan character from the Battersea Power Plant. Now, this threw off everybody because their original press release just said, bear witness to like the birth of a new Titan, or like a new Titan is revealed. So everyone thought we were going to see like the 2026 Titan class Transformer at this event, which would be a super weird place to reveal such a huge toy for the brand. Hasbro had to come out after the fact and just kind of do like quick patch up jobs. Like, no, they're not revealing any new toy. They're not revealing a new Titan class Transformer. Had to cool down everybody immediately. But no, this is just their new mascot slash promotional character. They've got a whole bunch of stuff lined up for it. So I think Simon Furman's penning a comic book. We've got like all different kinds of merch that for the character that they will be selling there, because this is kind of very well-known iconic building in the UK. So it kind of makes sense to play along with it a little bit. It is very Fortress Maximus or Metroplex coded, the more you look at it. But one of the other things they are doing is they're giving you a chance to actually select what the name of the character is going to be. And you get three options. You get Turbine Maximus, Metro Boss, and Autobot Powerplex. I am sorry, the only clear winner here is Powerplex. Not only because it sounds like a killer finishing move in a wrestling match, but also just because it sounds the best. Yeah, it plays off of Metroplex, but Turbine Maximus, really? No, that feels like a stretch. And then Metro Boss, meh. Because we have Metroplex, we have Metro Titan. I don't think we need to throw Metro Boss in there too. Powerplex sounds cool though. Powerplex sounds cool. I want that one to actually be the winner. So there's my vote. I don't know if I can vote. I'm here in the US. I don't know if I'm allowed to vote on this name. Someone vote Powerplex for me. Then the big thing was the reveal of the choose, like your activate your alt mode campaign, meaning we get to see what we voted on to actually have as a real toy. And it is going to be Shockwave as a whale. I did say in the speculation video about this, like the most messed up thing they could do is whale, because it is an animal associated with Shockwave thanks to the Skybound books. It's associated to Shockwave because he was grinding them up for biofuel, but the point is, he looked on in amazement at whales, like big blue whales specifically, because it's just something that his optics have never laid eyes on. These gigantic earth creatures that are far larger than your standard Transformers, and they're real living fleshlings on this planet. Like, it actually took him aback. He could appreciate the beauty and then still see the practicality in grinding them up for fuel. So yeah, getting him as a whale is hysterical. So my original prediction was that he was going to be a pre-tool of depth charge. So we could eventually get a new depth charge out of the same mold. And while I still like the idea of that kind of like Shockwave as a Stingray, especially with the spaceship mode, I will admit this is cool. They did come out and say they were looking at sea creatures that they hadn't done before, which immediately took the manta ray out of the entire equation. They've never done a whale. We've never had a whale transformer, so this is kind of a cool thing. And it does look good. I mean, it does look really, really good. I'm trying to figure out where all of the leg kibble go, where like all the like belly and of them and the mouth of this thing go. I do assume a lot of it just becomes the legs. Yeah, I can kind of see how it would fold up. I'm not sure where okay, I see they go on the side of the leg. The fins go on the side of the leg. The top, the underside of the mouth becomes the feet, like that crossbar becomes like the connection point at the ankle. So yeah, you probably got like a double hinge over, like a double hinge to bring that around and bring those down to the feet. I can see how this transforms. So the more I look at it, the more I can see the transformation here. It's not going to be terribly complex, is it? It's not going to be terribly complicated. It's like the rear of it's doing just the normal Shockwave thing of like the arms over the head and connected together. They're just forming a tail instead of a gun barrel. It looks cool. It looks really cool. I'm actually surprised at how much they have gotten the normal transformation scheme of Shockwave into this animal form. It's actually a super clever job. It is actually like genuinely clever. I'm excited for this. I'm excited to see how this does as a concept, to either like run this back and try it again, or to just show that we can have just like a fun, weird concept like this, and that they can do more of it. Because I would love to see if that's how we got Transmetals, like an entire like run of toys that was like half Transmetal, half G1 characters reimagined with like mechanical beast modes. Oh my god, that toy line would be sick. Oh my god, that toy line would be sick. Oh, that would be so good. That would be so good. Man, I want that now. Oh, I want that now. You know, the Shockwave does look really, really good. I'm excited for this. I'm excited for the possibilities. At the very least, show Hasbro that we want sea creatures, that we want beast characters, that we want weird ideas like this. Like, it's our chance to show that we want something a little bit different in Transformers. By all means, support this release when it drops. Now, speaking of releases that dropped, Transformer Day also brings pre-orders, and it's a bunch of stuff we already saw. With one exception. With one exception we will focus on. Now, this is the day we got fresh, like, real stock photos of a lot of recently announced and shown off stuff, like the current new Nemesis Prime. I don't want to hear anything about, oh, the arms are different or anything like that. This should have been a head swap. This absolutely should have just been a head swap. The fact that they sold it as two different characters when really the only major visual change is a little bit of strawberry jam smeared on his face. The fact that that's literally the only real, like, obvious change is absurd. I know there's retooling. I know the forearms are different. I don't care. It looks like the exact same toy. And that toy doesn't look great to begin with. That toy doesn't look like a leader class toy. It's way too small. I don't know. It's frustrating. It's a frustrating figure. Yeah, and we're not going to spend any more time on it. We'll take a quick look to see how the rest of the wave turned up. Barricade does look cool. You know, not taking anything away from the Barricade. I don't see the knuckle dusters. I don't see those. That would have been nice. But they got a bunch of his guns in there. The police car mode still looks fine too. They did a pretty good job replicating it. Looks cool. Don't know if it's one I would go out of my way to grab. I'm not huge on this Barricade design, but it's nice. It's still nice. We have the one I'm definitely getting, which is the Arachnid. Yeah, I'm kind of with Evan on this one in that, like, yeah, she really should have been a Voyager, but at the time they didn't know how big she would be. I don't think those feet are going to hold too many poses. That's my one concern with this toy. Even with the back heel there, posing this toy is going to be difficult. No ankle tilt. No ankle tilt to help you here. But the toy does look super cool. I'm really surprised at how much articulation they got into her faux spider legs on the back. Really, really impressed that they managed to get the rear turbine working for her drone mode. Looks great. Like, this looks like a really cool and unique toy. I'm really looking forward to Arachnid. Let's see. What else we got? We got Alpha Trion. Now, we've pretty much seen him for everything that he's got going. We don't really need, like, another real look at him. It is nice to see, like, all of the weathering and the moss detailing does seem to carry over. It seems like the final version did get that, so that's good to see. But then we get to the big reveal, the one major reveal of this entire thing, and that is something that we technically saw yesterday, but the photo qualities weren't that great. They kind of get out a little bit early, but now we have full reveal. Studio Series 86 Soundwave. This is an exciting one, not only because I think a lot of people are really tired of their Soundwave being yellowed, but also I really don't like the Netflix mold. Like, it's fine, but it's way too tech greebled for me, and it still has all that residual part from when he had a spaceship mode, and I hate that they never tooled that out. So I'm really happy to see that they went back to the beginning and just did a straight up Soundwave that is exactly what Soundwave should be. This could end up being definitive for a lot of people. And yeah, 3 cassettes packed in with him, which is good to see. One of them is just a repaint, but then again, we got Rumble and Frenzy released on their own in Studio Series 86. And given the fact that they are going to be, the Studio Series 86 releases of those characters, that tells me that this Soundwave is compatible with that specific size cassette. That's kind of important. I have a bunch of those cassettes. I don't want to have to rebuy Rat Bat. So here we go. Yeah, I'm presuming they are the exact same size and they will fit inside the new Soundwave, because it would be really stupid to do otherwise. Really stupid to do otherwise. Look at him in, we'll see a few other shots of them like transform. Soundwave does look pretty good. I'm a little bit weird about how the shoulders work. It looks like the hinge for the shoulder might be like a little bit too high up to the point where it might look weird once it's bent. Not quite sure. It's hard to see on the original photos here because it's weirdly posed. But the articulation does look like it's pretty solid. I am seeing, fully working hips, waist joint. I'm seeing like arm covers. His arms don't look hollow in any direction, which is good. He has the more rounded forearms from the animation. That was the other big thing for me, is like replicating the proper silhouette of his G1 cartoon appearance. And I've seen some people criticize it, like, well, he doesn't look like he's got a lot of paint on him. Like, are we looking at the same toy? Because his window and his chest is fully painted correctly. He's got his stripes on his forearms. He's got the buttons painted. He's got all the paint on his legs correct. This seems to be doing everything Soundwave is supposed to do. Like, this to me looks like a very well done Soundwave. Like, I'm not really arguing this in any way. I believe I can even see double hinged elbows in there. That makes me happy. I can also see articulated hands. So yeah, he's getting like the full your leader budget. So you get all of the stuff. Seeing Ravage in his beast mode does show, yeah, he's very much a brand new tooling. He is not the previous mold that we've gotten with Soundwaves. I'm not a fan of how the launchers rest. That's way too high up off of his sides, but it's all integrated, so I can't be too harsh on it. And then you have the retoolings for Laserbeak and Buzzsaw, and I'm really surprised. I'm really impressed by the fact that, like, because if we look back at these shots, you can see where the guns have also been integrated into Laserbeak and Buzzsaw's transformations. Can you? Like, man, it's hard to tell. I can see how the wings fold over and fit into place. I can see how all that transforms. Actually, no, that might be extra parts. Those might be extra parts. So is he? Wait. Okay, okay. So wait. The missile launchers on Ravage might also be extra parts. Why are they floating over his butt then? Why are they floating over his butt then? I don't like that. Huh. I don't like that. Like, okay, I will go ahead and give you like, okay, make the guns on Buzzsaw and Laserbeak separate because that's really hard to work those into the transformation at that size. What is going wrong? Why was that the choice for Ravage? I don't get that. That just looks so bad. Hopefully that's just the artist. Hopefully that's just the photographer putting it in the wrong spot. Hopefully. Also, yes, everyone has pointed out the funny part where hang on. I do apologize. My slides there got messed up. I do apologize for that. But yeah, you can see where I'm talking about with the Ravage with his rockets over his butt. I don't know why. But yeah, you can see like the Laserbeak. I like the new tooling. The straight up wings are weird. He looks very much. They look very angular compared to how they normally look, but it's fine. And yeah, everyone pointed out the part where they posted a picture of a broken toy. Now on the back of the box, it looks fine. So they either Photoshop touched it up to make it look correct, or they actually had the piece, and just for whatever reason in between these photos, it just broke off somewhere. So that's the fun part with a lot of these pictures. So what you are seeing when you see photos like this are usually test shots out of the factory that have been cast in the correct mold color, but then hand painted by Hasbro for photography and to show off at conventions. So sometimes they just only have the one. So if a piece breaks off, there is no replacing it. There is no fixing it if you can't find it, etc. So you get little goofy things like this happening. It is super weird. It's super weird. Oh, but that wasn't the weird error. So let's see him in the box. And the box looks fine. It looks nice in there. It does look bigger than the Optimus Prime. Oh, I'm sorry, Nemesis Prime that we just saw. But the funny part is the back of the box. So there you can see, yeah, the cassette player mode looks fine. Like they patched it up or they had like the correct one on hand, whatever. That's not the amusing part. That's not the funny part. So the funny part is in the top left, where you can see the screen cap from the Transformers 86 movie. All the Studio Series releases have a screen cap on the box now. Because some of these characters appear for such a short time, you need a reminder of where they were. That said, you notice what's wrong on Soundwaves. There's a play button in the bottom left. That is the hover over. Like if you're on your PC and you're on YouTube right now, hover your mouse over the play button. That's what pops up. That specific tooltip. So someone literally just screen capped this off of YouTube and splattered it onto the box. They didn't like pull it from any like official Hasbro records or even pull up their own DVD or anything. I guess it's just the easy way to do it. I guess. It's just funny is all. Now, there's two versions up. Wouldn't it be hysterical if it was the pirated version and not the official one that's up for rent on YouTube? It's hard to tell because the watermark is actually below the play line. Funny to think about though. So yeah, that was it. Like that was your new Transformers Day pre-orders. And to celebrate all of these brand new toys coming out, Hasbro raised the prices. We saw this coming. We talked about it on the news roundup. Yeah, it's official. We are paying more for our toys. And this really starts to question how much is too much. Like, how much do they push it before this hobby is just unapproachable? That Nemesis Prime, seeing the original version of that mold, there's no way I could ever make myself pay $55 for it because it does not look like it has $55 worth of size or play value. And now you want 60 for a barely retooled figure. Barely changed figure. No. I can understand a few extra bucks for a deluxe, $5 extra for a leader, depending on the leader, I could see being fine. Oh my god, that Voyager price jump sucks. That Alpha Trion is not a $43 toy. It's frustrating. We know the real world circumstances that are at fault for it. We're not going to discuss them in the comments section. We can maul over the prices all we want, though. That is fine. That is entirely justified to be a frustrated at, because I'm frustrated too. Just don't get too heated. Maybe getting hot under the collar about it. I don't want arguments in the comment section, because then I have to start banning people. I don't want to do that. But try to keep it civil. Understand we are all in this little collecting boat together. We're all going to suffer from this. Let's just try to get along about it, okay? So that's your Transformers Day 2025. Some new announcements, some confusing announcements, and then, one unfortunate truth of the matter. But overall, still not too bad. This is at least more going on than they had last year. I will take it. Still wish it was a bigger event, though. Still wish they did more for it. Would have been a great drop. Would have been a great time to drop that Armada Nemesis Prime, that we're still kind of like hawing over how that's coming out. But that'll be it for me today. Thank you very much for watching. I will see you next time. Hello everyone, I am Astral Agent Magnetar, a Tokusatsu VTuber, and I am streaming 4 times a week over on Twitch, Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday afternoons, and a special late night one on late Friday/early Saturday. So come watch, come hang out, and let's make an impact together.